What's up, everybody? I'm going to see if I can cut through the narrative here really quickly here for everybody. I'm just going to do a short video here. I'm going to try to do this in 10 minutes or less. If you have not watched or listened to my Spaces videos that I did, go back and listen to those Spaces videos or Spaces recordings that we did here on X. They tell you everything you need to know about the new system going forward. I did the private central banking one. I did the private banking one. I did the secret world of occult banking. I did everything about the currencies, about the 5G systems, the networks. I covered such a broad stroke of everything that you need to know in this reality and everything that you should know going forward so that you can make an informed decision. Most of you now are alive, and this should be an awe moment. You're alive currently for a currency reset. That's what this is. It's a currency reset. They don't happen very often. And when you're alive and you're around to experience one, it is fundamentally one of the greatest things that you will ever experience if it's done for the right reasons with the right people in charge. What you are currently experiencing in this system, little kitty up here, exploring. What you're currently experiencing is the changeover of the entire financial system. The old Kabbalah system used to run this matrix. They don't run it anymore. They had to concede power. And power had to be consolidated in order for this program to work. Whether you hate Trump or you love Trump, I'm going to tell you that there are powers that be that selected him over a lot of other individuals. And I'm going to tell you, over the upcoming weeks, you should be very grateful that that was the man that was selected for this entire project. It doesn't matter what you believe about Diddy. It doesn't matter what you believe about the Epstein list. It doesn't matter what you're tied to with the whole Roman circus. Has fuck all to do with it. Those are all distractions to keep you looking over here while we change the entire financial system over here. That's fact. That's what's happening currently as we speak. You have this opportunity to be able to capitalize, we say, on an entire new financial system. But in order for that to work, Bitcoin itself, we had to get rid of. Why do we have to get rid of it? Because it's got so much blood on its hands. It was tied to the old Kabbalist network. So therefore, they're going to be able to bring it in as a security. They will get everybody to bring into this network all the big wealth and the money and currency, and everybody's pumping. Sure, it'll go to 200,000 or whatever it is that they're claiming it's going to go to. But that's it. And at the right moment, done. Just like that, overnight, while you're sleeping, that entire market will collapse. And that's done by design. It's because Bitcoin was never meant to be the new world reserve currency. It was a beta test program. And if you don't understand that, you're in the wrong game. If you've invested into that up to this point, my advice for you is to get out while you still can. You might be like, oh, well, Trump's got a Bitcoin strategic reserve. That's the name of the reserve. You believe that the Federal Reserve was also part of the government, did you not? It was only until recently everybody started finding out that that was a fucking Ponzi scheme. The name, you can call anything you want. It's just a private investment fund. That's all it is. Whether it's blue chip or not, it doesn't fucking matter. They've just done a collection, a basket of goods to sell you. They stack some good in there, they stack some bad in there in order to cover up the narrative. You got to understand how financial systems operate. But I'm not trying to scare you off. I'm not trying to give you panic. I'm not trying to give you chaos or anything else. Look, I have my side of the board. You have yours. They have theirs. But I am going to tell you, this reset is happening now, whether you want to admit it or not. That has fuck all to do with me. I don't need you as a client. I don't need to bring you in here as an instructor. I don't need you as a student. I don't need your money. I don't even need your currency. I don't even need to be sitting here doing this video. I'm not paid for this. I'm not paid to fucking give you this information. I'm trying to give you a fighting chance of making a difference for you and your family going forward. For these next few weeks are going to be fundamental to your financial structure. And I will tell you right here, right now, that if you have not stacked your XRP, your XLM, and your HBAR, you are about to get left in the fucking dust. And why do I know this? Because I'm tied to the financial systems, the actual private central banking systems going forward. This was our tasking. This was our job. We've been at this program for decades, not a couple of months, not a couple of years. It's been in the works for decades. Let that number sink in. Decades. This was the only way that we could free everybody from the system. Sometimes there has to be a bad guy that's painted up front. The PSYOP for the entire Matrix and the intelligence community was to paint Donald Trump as the bad guy. But that was to expose a deeper level of the game, to bring all the players to the forefront so that they could be held accountable for their actions. That has already been accomplished. What you are seeing play out now in the public, if you're seeing it in the public, I'll give you this as an example. If you're seeing it happen in front of your face right now, it's old news. It was given to you at a time when you could do nothing about it. Let that sink in. The information that you have now, you can't do anything about. It has already evolved to a place where you cannot change this. The people that run this game, that run this entire board, they run all the pieces on the board. And they already know everything you're going to do ahead of doing it. The technology that we have at our disposal and how this game is played far exceeds what most of you can even comprehend. You're all amazed at this new Android or the new smartphone or, a so-called anti-gravity car or the new blockchain systems. These are old technologies. We had that technology actually in the 40s and 50s, and we were using it all the time. The intelligence community was famous for this. Lockheed Martin and Skunk Works, that's where you're going to have to be paying attention to coming up as of recently, because they're going to use a UAP program just to probably produce some sort of false flag so that you guys all buy into some bullshit narrative of an alien invasion in order to unite the people. But you have a chance at fixing that narrative before it gets out of control. But you can't do it from the public side of the board. It is impossible. And this is the narrative that you guys are all missing. You see, when you're operating from the public side of the board, you don't have any rights. You might believe that you do, but you don't. There's none there in existence for you. You only think that you do. They give you privileges, and then they tax you for them. The real game is played at the upper echelon. But the fact is, you've been so deceived and you've lost so much money from all of these bullshit investment structures that you've been given over the years, you've lost faith that anything out there actually exists that's going to help you. So now you're ready to riot, you're ready to loot, you're ready to protest, stomp your feet, raise your fist, anti-this, anti-government, anti-blah, blah, 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 blah. So there is no choices left in the system. Everyone's just looking for an excuse to light the entire world on fire and watch it burn. People are of the opinion that it's easier to watch it burn and rebuild it afterwards, but that's just not the case. If you think that the loss of human life is better than actually fighting for a new way of life while we're here, then you're sadly mistaken. It doesn't have to be that way. If you're buying into the old agenda and the old Kabbalist fucking program, you're part of the problem. We are resetting this system. Whether you want to admit it or not, that's happening. The actual Bitcoin market will be shorted. And those of you that are still into that fucking Ponzi scheme, you're going to lose a lot of money. And I guarantee you that's going to happen because we know when it's going to happen. So I am advising you, and I am telling you now, if you have the opportunity to cash out while you're ahead, do it. Get over and grab a slice of the pie of the new financial system. It's up to you. You can buy the narrative of the program, or you can be there for the new Great Awakening, and you can be part of the new 1%. It doesn't have to be 1%. You were all born free.